This is gonna be one of the wildest videos ever. The Pokemon Company invited me to play an early demo of Pokemon Legends EA, and there's so much to share, so many experiences I need to talk about. It's gonna be a wild video, so get ready. It's gonna be fantastic to hear about. I've been so excited to hear about the game, just excited to see the game, and thank you so much to the Pokemon Company International just for literally, actually, they flew me out to Paris, had my stay over there. All expenses were paid by them. Thank you so much to the Pokemon Company. I really appreciate it. And can I just say, it's just wild to see that Pokemon flew me out to play this game. And there's so much to share. We went to Paris, which is obviously, Lumiose City is based off of Paris, if you guys didn't know that. So the Kalos region is based off of France, and we have so many things to share about in the game and my experience. First thing I want to talk about is I was with such an amazing group of people, so many amazing friends that were over there, and shout out to all of them because it made the experience so much better. And when it comes to the entirety, just the setup of everything, getting to the actual Eiffel Tower itself, and can we talk about that? I got to play the game inside the Eiffel Tower. Once we got inside, they gave us keys as if we were checking into Z's hotel, which is really cool that we got to do that. I thought that was a fun little tidbit that they added in there. And once we went inside, it was a very nice, beautiful cafe with Pikachu greeting us to play the game. After that happened, we were informed and shown a video. During that video, it turns out you're a character that is a tourist who then is greeted by a person looking for you as a tourist. I thought that was a very interesting way to start the game for story reasons. Interesting. So just keep that in mind for later. So the first thing they did show us after that did happen, obviously, like, you know, it's just the beginning of the game, and we got to explore the Wild Zone. Now the Wild Zone was a lot of fun because if you played Pokemon Legends Arceus, you could see that there was a lot of elements, you know, kind of the idea of walking around, seeing stuff, throwing the Pokeballs. But it's a little different now. Basically, this game is a little bit more battle focused as well too. You know, obviously, like encountering, it's kind of similar to Legends Arceus, like I said, but it's a little different. But I did have a lot of fun. I walked around and I caught some videos and it was really cool. And then afterwards, there was a little surprise that was there. I did find Alpha Houndoom, and not just Alpha Houndoom, but then an Alpha Houndour on the same time. So it seems like we can get multiple alpha Pokemon just off the bat like that. And they chased me around so much. I was genuinely terrified for my life. So I just thought I was going to have a nice day in Paris, Lumiose. And yeah, just Houndoom and Houndour did not see the same thing as well for me. I was going around. I did encounter a Alpha Binacle, and I caught that, used that against the Houndoom, barely survived, healed up all my Pokemon, which is another cool thing too. There's a cafe that's over there, and that cafe that's next to the Houndoom, if you just get one item to eat from there, you can heal your entire team, which is really cool. Fun little feature that they added in there. And if you go to that rooftop, there's a Alpha Pikachu waiting for you there that I found out about, and she was tough. I barely survived with one Pokemon left and used up all my revives. That was my personal experience on how it was. I mean, you know, a lot of people are seeing how the game was like, but I'm just letting you know, I've been playing Pokemon my entire life, and I've played Legends Arceus, and this is gonna be a little more tough to get used to, if I'm being honest, but it was feeling more, I guess you could say, more rewarding. You know, I generally feel like because I went through such a struggle, it was a lot more fun for me to play it. And I thought that was an interesting thing that I kind of learned about myself then and there. Is I never really equated to struggling to feeling that reward in a Pokemon game, you know. And I thought, you know, I guess maybe because I'm just so used to playing them my entire life, this is when, you know, Pokemon does something different, and, you know, they really experiment that you get to really enjoy. And I thought that was a lot of fun. That's something I really like about Pokemon, you know. And so after that, it's an entire hour, this demo, and from what I've noticed, that there's a lot of spawns, but not too many. From what I've seen, I didn't see anything out of the wild. Like, there were some spawns over there. So I kind of just think in my head the whole time, I'm like, imagine I found a shiny Pokemon. That would have been so cool. And then we move over to the ZA Royale. So the battling area. So basically you start off at the letter Z, and you have to collect enough points by beating trainers. And then when you get those points accumulated, you do a rank up match, right? And there are like bonus, I think they're like kind of like bonus rewards, bonus contracts. Basically you pick them up, and it'll say like, oh, knock out a Pokemon with a flying move from behind, you know, or something like that. And it'll give you extra points to get to that promotion match quicker. I thought it was a lot of fun. Like I said, challenging, but it is fun and I enjoyed it a lot. Seeing all the different types of trainers around and finding little items around there, which is so fun to do. I'm just like, the more I'm talking about this, I'm just so excited about the game. So as you're walking around, defeating all those trainers, and during that time you can strategize and evolve your Pokemon in between, and you know, obviously teach them moves. You do have to do that yourself. So it's not like automatic from what I saw. You have to go to your party, evolve them, change the moves. It's kind of something you have to get used to. If not, maybe not, might be different in the final product, but that's what I just experienced. That's what I'm sharing with you guys. I thought that was something a little interesting, a little different, but I had a lot of fun doing the Zia Royale. And then that took us over to our promotion match with Rintaro. Now, this is going to be a fun little thing to talk about here. I didn't think me going battling against some random dude who's at a restaurant was gonna be something very interesting for me, and I'll tell you why too. This person in Rintaro is the person that you need to do a promotion match against. Once you defeat them, you get, you know, you go up a letter. Like, that's like basically, you know, you don't just get the points, you also have to battle someone to promote as well. And this person was very interesting, and I'll tell you why. This person had 3 Pokemon, Simisear, Simisage, and Simipour. They're the evolutions of Panpour, Pansage, and Pansear. Now, why is that significant? Well, this person is a server as well. And if you know anything about servers and the elemental monkeys, as they're called, there's a connection, because there are 3 trainers who are triplets named Kylan, Cress, and Chili, I'm not mistaken. And they're triplets. They're from Black and White. And what I thought was interesting was this dude had all their Pokemon. And I don't know if there's a connection between this and somewhere else, a different region, possibly. And why I say this, because if you literally, this is something I found on my own. This is no confirmation of anything. This is just me talking out loud. You type in Rintaro meaning. One of the things that pops up is eldest son. So I thought that was a very interesting name to give this character that had a lot of similarities to the 3. Just something that I personally noticed and I want to point out. I know it sounds wild, but I thought that was cool. If it was a little like Easter egg, maybe, possibly. It's just something fun. I just like noticing these little things of Pokemon. That's why I say I love Pokemon so much. They just put those fun little tidbits in there, you know? So if we do see something, a connection with that, I just want to say that it was there. They kind of showed it to us right there. I thought that was fun though. And in real time, we actually saw Simisear do a protect, which was kind of wild. And that's something that you guys have to learn too, is using moves in real time in this battle system. And that's something else I'm gonna want to talk about too. This battle system is all timed. You use a move, you wait for the bar to run out, and then you use another move, that same move. You can actually use Ember, then switch over to like quick attack, and then switch over your next move, but you have to wait until the bar goes down to use that same move again. So that's a very interesting way to kind of go about this. It's something new, and we're gonna have to kind of get used to when it comes to battling with Pokemon. And if I'm gonna be honest, it took me a little bit to adjust to it, but like I said, this game just feels so rewarding with battling, and it kind of makes it feel more like the anime, you know, like having those real call outs and battling in real time. And I just really love that so much. It's like I said, I just love when they experiment with these things and we try new things. And so it's like, it takes a little to get used to, but like I said, I genuinely enjoyed it. I struggled a little bit, I'm gonna be honest, but once you kind of get the flow of it, it's a lot of fun, you know? And that's when it gets to my favorite part of this entire experience, which was going against a Rogue Mega Victory Bell, which was so cool because it just got shown to us, and the battle was so fun. We had Absol, Houndoom, and Gardevoir, if I'm not mistaken, from what I remember. And I actually Mega Evolved my Houndoom first because I thought that would be fun to do. I love Mega Houndoom. It's such an amazing Mega Evolution. And I just thought I went for that one first, obviously because type matching as well, too. It's like you wanted to do Fire type against Grass type. But I just want to do it because I just wanted to see Houndoom in the game. So when you do a Mega Evolution, it only shows the animation the first time when you're doing the battle, from what I experienced and what I saw. And you can actually do up to 3 different ones. I did Houndoom, then I switched to Absol, and then I switched to Gardevoir. I was gonna say to Gardevoir. And that's so cool. You could do multiple Mega Evolutions in the same battle. against Rogue Mega Pokemon. That was something I was not expecting whatsoever. That was fantastic. And so you run around, you collect the Mega Stones that are on the ground as you're knocking them out. And that whole experience right there, having to dodge, that's something else I need to talk about. You have to literally fight for your life in terms of not getting hit by a Pokemon moves, because the Pokemon are attacking you and your Pokemon. So you have to dodge the moves as well. Also something that I had to get used to. But like I said, it's very rewarding. Once you knock out that Rogue Mega Victory Bell, I never felt so rewarded. Actually, the Alpha Pikachu was the hardest thing I had to go against, but it was so rewarding. And I absolutely, like I said, I loved it so much. Everything about the experience. Now, some questions that I did have about the game. I'm still really nothing that I really had a question about. I feel like everything was pretty straightforward, you know. The music was phenomenal, by the way. I feel like I was taken back to like X and Y, like when it came out, and I just love that so much. I just feel they did such a great job of bringing that feeling of X and Y back into the game. And I'm just so looking forward to hearing more of the music in the game. Oh, if you love the music in X and Y, you're gonna love this game so much. Like I said, it was such a dream to finally play this game and see all the cool stuff they have to offer for it. This game, like Pokemon X and Y, meant so much to me because it generally made me, it just solidified me as like the biggest Pokemon fan like ever, in a way of just like, that's the game that I started shiny hunting in, that's the game that I started doing VGC in, and to come back to a sequel, you know, years later, and get invited by a Pokemon company to play in the Eiffel Tower of all places, which was beautiful, and have this beautiful cafe set up with so many amazing people around me. It's such an unforgettable experience, and I feel like I covered so much about the game, and I just want to say I'm just so appreciative of everything, and I appreciate you all liking, subscribing, and enjoying the videos. I literally wouldn't be here because of you all. Thank you so much to Pokemon Company again for flying me out, all expenses paid, having my hotel. I appreciate it so much, and I really am looking forward to the game. Come out October 16th, which is so soon. Oh my god, I'm so excited. If you have any questions about the game or anything like that, please comment down below, and I am looking forward to doing a playthrough. My first ever YouTube live stream in general is going to be playing Pokemon Legends EA, so look forward to that. And I'll see you all on the next video. Appreciate you all, and comment down below if you have any questions. Take care. Bye.